Hello, I'm Jacob and this is the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors. I'm out here today. I just demonstrated how to best use the Beach & Tactical Extreme Fire Kit Mini. And I have with me the 2017 Production Knife of the Year and thought that there wasn't going to be much better of a time to share it with you. Now this will be my last item in the Best of 2017 series, and how the Best of 2017 series works is I do not pick a product from certain categories to be the best, and I'm not going to do that every year. What I'm going to do every year is I'm going to pick the products that stood out and screamed at me that they were the best products of the year. My neighbor's dog from way over the place just showed up out of nowhere. That's really weird. So basically, there's going to be no every year category, because not every year does a knife come out that, or a product come out that is so impressive that you just have to talk about it. But a knife did come out that is so impressive that I have to come talk about it. And I've carried it every day. So you guys might want to think for a second, like, out of all of the production knives that I have, which am I going to pick for the best of 2017? And you might be surprised to hear that that would be the Esee Cr2.5. Or you might not be surprised to hear it, since it will be in the title of the video. Anyways, so these knives retail around $70. They are tiny. I'll put the exact dimensions in the description box below so I don't have to waste your time with it. Made out of, it's Esee 1095 Rowan heat treat. 1/8 of an inch thick, super square spine for striking ferro rods, and it has struck a lot of ferro rods. Full flat grind, fairly stout tip. It's got a thin edge, but the edge is actually the same thickness, I believe, as basically all of the Esees, so it's still super tough. I was at first a little bit worried about that, thinking it might not be as slicey as it should be for a knife this size, but it absolutely is. So why would I pick such a small, seemingly normal looking paring knife as the best production knife of 2017? Well, I started carrying this blade this year. This was my first Esee, guys. It comes in this sheath right here. It is a very good sheath. I wore this through Way of the Pistol Tactical Response, which means not only was I shooting from the ground and from uncomfortable positions, but I was also rolling around and stuff. Never came out of the sheath. Never had an issue with the sheath, but being that this is one of my very favorite knives and one of my two favorite EDCs, the other one being the 2017 Custom Knife or Maker of the Year, the Paul LaRocca EDC knife, I had to get some absolutely premium kydex for it. Introducing the Yellow Hawk Custom Kydex sheath here that I got, with a ferro rod attached. This gets used a lot. Oh yeah, knife's still in the sheath. So the original sheath, nothing wrong with it, but the way that I view custom sheaths is I'm going to put a custom sheath on the knives that I use the most, not that are the most expensive or the most fancy or anything like that. And this knife is one of my knives that gets used absolutely the most. And alright, it used to click a whole lot louder, but it still clicks really good. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear that really nice in the video, but absolutely love this sheath. So, carry it. So I picked it as Production Knife of the Year because I carry it all the time, but also because it has really surprised me, not only in its ability to do work far exceeding its size. I will use this knife to baton anything I can get this knife through with no qualms, no worries. Essentially what that means is batoning kindling. But I use this knife when I go out to eat. It's cut I don't know how many steaks. I use this knife at my own house often, just like I do with my La Roca EDC. I use this knife for bushcrafting stuff. I use this knife for making notches. I use this knife for making feather sticks, for everything. And I mean, you'll see, you can see that this thing's got a patina on it. That's a dark edge. It's just from constant use. Takes a super fine edge, holds an edge for a long time, and is so easy to sharpen. And that's probably the most important aspect of any knife, is how easy I can sharpen it. So what I'm going to do now, guys, you know, reviewing everyday knives is not as easy for me as reviewing like survival knives, because I don't do like crazy stuff with them. I cut food, cardboard boxes, do feather sticks. So I don't have incredible footage to show you, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some pictures that I think are really cool that I've taken of this knife over the past year. So guys, thanks for watching. If you're interested in the Beachin Tactical Extreme Fire Kit Mini, it's $13. I'll put a link to that in the description box below. I will also put a link to Yellow Hawk Custom Kydex in the link below. They are my favorite Kydex place, and every time you see a really cool knife that I have, it'll be in Kydex, and it'll be from him, because I absolutely love his work. So those links will be down below, probably under the specifications of this blade. Let me know what you think. I know people have been asking me specifically, Esee Cr2.5, is it worth it? Someone asked me that today. The bottom line, absolutely. How do you calculate worth? For me, this knife is $70, okay? So if I use that every single day for half the year, because the other half of the year I'm probably using my La Roca EDC, what am I paying for it every day? Well, in a lifetime, it'll probably end up being cents. Is it worth it? Absolutely. On the other hand, with a survival knife, I might only use it once or twice a year, or 10 times a year, or a normal person might only use it that much. I actually use them a lot. But what is that knife worth? Well, if it saves you an incredible amount of work and heartache, what is your work and heartache worth? Okay, so now that really high quality survival knife that you use a whole lot less than your EDC knife, now that it saved you that heartache, that is value, and I calculate value that way as well. Is this knife worth it? Honestly, guys, you know, if it came with a Kydex sheath and it sold for like 150 bucks, I could still say buy it, because if you use it like I use it, it's still gonna end up being worth it. I really love it. It weighs nothing on the belt. It's easy to sharpen, holds an edge a long time. I don't think that this knife will ever break, because you've got an 1/8 inch thick spine on like a 2.5 inch blade. So I'm getting smoked out. But yes, absolutely worth it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. I'll talk to you guys soon, and I hope that you have a blessed day.
Mark, played by the United States Marine Pipe and the Drum Corps.